Happy day, children. Today we will going to start a very important chapter in your class 9 syllabus of science, that is motion. Motion is very first chapter, the beginning of physics syllabus for the class 9th. So this chapter has physical significance and has physical importance in your life, and as well as it is most important basic of whatever the physics that you are going to study in higher classes. Let's start the chapter motion. Before that, topics to be covered in this session are introduction, what do you mean by frame of reference, position, types of motion. So translatory motion, rotational motion and periodic motion. Life is a full circle widening until it joins the circle motion of the infinite. So first of all we will understand what exactly motion. It is the change in position of a body with time or movement of any object from one position to another position with respect to the observer. Suppose you are walking from one place to another place. So exactly we can say you are in motion, right? It is the change in position of a body with time. So the time also which is changing. So here we can say any object or any particle or any person which is changing its position due to motion means it is exactly along with the time. It is explains the motion. Rest. A body is said to be in rest if its position does not vary with respect to a given reference point as time passes. So here rest, it explains some object which is on the table. You are not moving any object from one position to another position in the particular object. So we can say that object is at rest. Motion is typically described in terms of displacement, distance, velocity, acceleration, time and speed. These terms exactly explains the motion. Suppose I am giving a force of any object, what it causes? It displaces and the distance which is covered by an object, or the speed increases, or it is accelerated, or the time is changing. So these are describe the term and exactly the motion. So the motion of a body is observed by attaching a frame of reference to an observer and measuring the change in position of the body relative to that frame. This frame of reference is very important. This is actually by an observer, which is actually point of view, that person which is where he is seeing, that fixation point which is related to the motion. So next, see what is exactly frame of reference. Suppose you are traveling inside a train, you are sitting inside a train, you are actually at the rest of the position, but you are seeing outside. So you are seeing this point. So this point we can say fixation point from point of view, and your respect with the train, but the train is in motion, so which is relatively explains the motion. This we can say relative motion. So this is what the fixation point, actually the frame which is your fixing. So reference, frame of reference exactly says by an observer. We know that a moving train is in motion because its position changes with time. Now consider a person sitting in the train for someone standing on the platform. The person sitting in the train is in motion, but for the co-passengers the person is at rest as the position of the person does not change with time. Therefore, we need to consider the surroundings or the point of observation while describing the state of motion of an object. The surroundings is called frame of reference or reference. Position. The given figure exactly shows A, B, C and D, and also some directions it explains. What is that? Left to right. Suppose 4 A, B, C, D points are sitting in a row equidistant from their neighbors from left to right as shown. Position of B with respect to A is immediate right, C is immediate left, D is second to the left. Thus, position is relative, which varies according to the reference point. So, this is exactly which says the position of a particular observer. So, the position is important for motion. Types of motion. Motion can be broadly classified into main categories: translatory motion, rotational motion, and periodic motion. Let's see what is called translatory motion. Translatory motion is the motion of a particle in a straight line. We can say example, a bus traveling on a straight road and an apple falling from a tree, or examples of this kind of. Next, rotational motion refers to the motion of a body around a fixed axis. Here, rotational motion says it has some fixed axis. Example, a spinning top, a bead moving on a circular track, and a earth rotation or example of this kind of motion.